Hi, this is Adam Hewson. I'm coming to you from the digital studios of Market Club, and what we're looking at is actually something a little bit different from us. We're actually looking at a 15-minute chart. And I want to show you, the reason I want to show you this chart, and this is the S&P 500, which we did a bigger video on earlier last week, but I want to show you a 15-minute chart just to show you that these patterns do repeat themselves even on shorter time frames. In the pattern we're going to be discussing is basically this pattern here. It's a double top, there's the pivot point, and the market's moved below the pivot point. And you can just do that there. So you've got the break right here. So that's the break to the downside. Now we're doing this live, so this may not occur today, I may not occur at all, but the reality is we've broken below the pivot point, and you measure the pivot point from this level here. So just above, let's say, the 842, I'm just going to surmise this, and the low here was right around the 827. So if we take that away from that, basically it gives us 15. If we flip this down 15 points, so if we subtract 15 points from here, which is the low point right on the pivot point, it brings us down to 812, 812 on the S&P. So that would take us down right to this area, around this area here. And that's what we use as a target zone. Now that doesn't mean to say it can't go lower, but if you remember, we were looking for a challenge back up to the highs which we've received. We've come back down. The market's looking a little heavy. Now the MACD is just looks like it's turning out, so we may see more of a rally, but this, remember, this is very, very short term. We're doing this on a 15-minute basis, so you don't want to pay too much of attention to this because it can be somewhat flippant to say the least. But look at the chart formation. You see this type of chart formation, this double top, pivot point. You'll see that on intraday charts. You'll see it on daily charts, weekly, and monthly. It's pretty ubiquitous, and it's a very powerful formation to look at. Obviously, the longer the time frame, if you see this on a monthly chart or a weekly chart, it's very important to follow that. And obviously in daily, on the intraday charts, it's very short term, but it does indicate that we put a top in on the S&P 500, at least on an intraday basis, and it looks like we're going to maybe trade back up and then trade back down to this 812 target zone, the 812 target zone. So that's what we're looking at. It's very short, very sweet, and I just wanted to share that with you today. So Adam Hewson for Market Club, every success in trading, and thank you for using Market Club.